horror movie?
No.
No.
Martha May Whovier.
Oh, yes!
I couldn't get a nose.
Oh!
So I did ghetto nose.
I love it, though.
And
With
big
the,
lips with the feathers.
Yes.
Her Christmas morning outfit.
Yes,
And I got
yeah.
the pearls too.
Yours
is amazing.
I love the mustache so much. Thank you. It's kind of like...
Itchy. It looks incredible.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God. That one, you're just not going to get the full effect on camera.
No. And our special guest. Hello. My eyes. You're
Yeah, where do I look? Up there.
I love it.
And it just deflates.
And now quiet.
Perfect.
And now for costume number 2.
Oh, costume number 2?
She has multiple.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised.
Close your eyes.
My mascara.
I love it so much. And you were singing The Grinch last night, too.
Yeah.
I was.
I'm a unicorn.
Oh, my gosh.
Half and half.
I love it so much.
So I did attempt to wear the unicorn costume underneath the corn.
Oh, no.
It wouldn't inflate correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's too much in the way.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Happy Halloween.
Yes.
Happy Halloween Spooky.
From your friends and sisters at Blood and Contracts, welcome to your appetizer episode for a special spooky special.
A spooky
A
special.
special spooky special. Mm-hmm. If you're watching this on YouTube or Social Cutdowns, you will see that we're playing very different roles today. I'm coming to you as Martha May Whovier.
Martha May Whovier.
In her Christmas morning outfit, as this is how she wakes up every day.
Yes.
And then I will be taking off this lipstick immediately. Ted Lasso has joined us.
Hello.
You best believe.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
What?
I know. James loves it.
I haven't
It's
finished
so
it. I've only ever seen
good.
season 1.
Oh, season 3 is good too.
Wow, that's shocking. A season 3 that's actually good.
All
Yeah.
the seasons.
And it's the final season. I think they knew they were ending. They knew how it was going to end, so
Oh, is season 3 it's the final?
it's the end. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
So they wrapped it up, in my opinion, quite nicely. It's sticking to my bottom or my top lip like so.
But it looks so good.
Yeah.
Kelly went all out. And then we have our Uni-Corn.
Corn.
Corn. It's corn.
It's corn.
Halsey came in, surprised us as a unicorn, and then she changed into corn.
Yes.
And now here we are.
Because I'm a little corny.
I love it so much.
Did you get to dress up and celebrate Halloween, Kelly, growing up?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
So I lived in Colorado Springs until this is bothering me so bad. I lived in Colorado Springs until I was 9-ish. And so, and like in like a full neighborhood, whatever. And I could go trick-or-treating sometimes. It was really hit or miss on it. Does it look weird?
It doesn't look weird. It looks fantastic.
Okay, I can see it like.
I can't see it unbuttoning.
So I did trick or treat a little bit as a kid, but it was always so cold in Colorado around Halloween that we had to wear jackets over our costumes anyway. So it was kind of a bummer. And then when I moved to Woodland Park, I lived in there's like 3 houses in my parents' neighborhood, so I couldn't go trick or treating at those homes. But we did like Fall Fest and. I'm just going to touch my mustache a million times. So
it's fine.
Deal with it.
This is a podcast.
It's
I
making
can't
me
even hear
giggle
it.
because it keeps going. Flol.
Yes.
It keeps
I can't even
fluttering
see it on
the
this side.
sides.
So I'm trying to give you the profile.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We did like Fall Fest and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would dress up for that.
That's
but
cute.
That was like the extent of my Halloween-ness.
Yeah. Halsey experienced Halloween because she got different parents, but my brother and I did not get Halloween growing up. We weren't allowed to dress up. But
We went to fall festivals, but we weren't allowed to dress up for those either.
No.
Oh, you couldn't dress up?
No.
Why?
No, because the church who hosted them was very anti-Halloween.
So
was our
no
parents.
one,
And our parents.
so no one would dress up.
No, there were people that would absolutely dress up, but our parents would not let us dress up. The only times that we got to dress up were for our birthday parties randomly
And Valentine's Day
Valentine's
parties.
Day parties.
See, at least she still gave us an outlet.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day parties.
Yeah.
And you get the discounted costume.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly. Which is why, like, I have
it.
no dress up experience.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do with myself, hence why my lips look like this.
I love it though.
Thanks.
I always would dress up as like a princess. That was like my go-to.
Oh, absolutely. I did a Snow
Big
White
dress.
situation.
Yeah.
There's many a picture of your husband as Peter Pan.
Yes, we loved a Peter Pan situation.
Yeah. I also lucked out because with my parents working at the camp, we had a whole costume room. So I would go in and like
Oh, that's nice.
pick what I wanted.
That's
So,
nice. I attempted to get, so the thing that I went to go to Spirit Halloween to look for is a Who Knows. And they were out. Evidently, everybody wanted to be a Who this Halloween. But then I was re-researching, and Martha May doesn't have a Who Knows because she's perfect.
Yeah.
So her nose is like perfectly pointy and
it's
button.
buttony.
It's a buttony nose. So I attempted to do that, but then I have no makeup experience.
I saw this costume when we went on our Target outing.
Or Target.
A Target outing.
Yeah.
And I said, yep, that one.
That's for me.
That's for me.
She
and
clocked
then
it and came back.
on Friday, on
A day.
a day, Tuesday, I don't know, whatever day I got off work the other day, and I had like put in a Target order to pick up on my way home.
Yeah.
And I saw that blow up unicorn costume was also in the same.
Oh, I thought that was
area?
Mom's.
No,
I thought it was
I
too.
now own my own.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, we can have a little unicorn family.
Yeah,
How perfect.
wonderful.
I love it.
Well, it's so good to see you guys and be back
Yeah.
for episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Look at us go. We're making it.
We are.
We're doing it. This is our appetizers episode, so we are going to do a little TVT with K and B. That's our new name for it.
I love it
for
so
now.
much.
And we're going to do true crimes with Halsey, and this one is less
murdery.
murdery.
This one is, fun fact, I'm very anti multi-level marketing. If you're part of a multi-level marketing company and you're listening, bye.
Bye.
You're gonna
You have
hate this.
not reached your audience.
No.
Yeah, because let's talk a little bit about the true crime segment, because you and I don't really want it to be about murder and
Yeah, and my original story that I was going to do today, I realized I came to find was more aggressively murdery than
Yeah.
I had originally thought it was going to be.
and she wanted to mix it up a little bit
Yeah.
because the last one was so heavy on the murder.
I'm still eventually going to do that one because I really want to talk about the foundation that I was going to talk about and like the
Yes.
charity aspect of it. But how the charity came to be was like a very brutal child murder. And I was like,
and we just did child murder, like
well, child murderer. But
yeah.
anyways, we just did violent. I didn't need to do violent again.
No.
So this one is more scammy,
Which is a crime.
Yeah.
McScammerson.
I like the mix up though. I like,
Yes.
Yeah.
because I think when people think true crime, they think murder and
And mustaches.
So sorry.
Murder and mustaches.
Murder mustache.
It's so good.
I put this on. Sorry, tangent. I put this on in the room and just like instantly started cracking up.
It's so good.
You're really missing out if you're an audio
know.
only listener.
Yeah, switch to YouTube, guys, because you're
It's
missing
a fun
out.
time.
Where it's at.
Anyways, I like the mix up though of
Yes.
like true crime isn't just murder; it's also
Other
so
crimes.
much more. And I just
crimes
want to
and-
inform people too.
Yeah.
Like you could take it off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If it's making you uncomfortable. It's
It
all
just
good.
keeps bubbling in the middle.
There's that episode where Ted shaves.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
look,
giving you a little bit
a
of
second
both.
costume.
Second
Put it,
costume.
put it on the cup.
Yes.
The mustache is on the cup. Perfect.
I think our cups should slowly acquire
More
Stickers.
accessories.
Yeah.
Love that idea.
My makeup, I think, kind of came off, but
Oh no, you're good.
Nice.
You're beautiful.
Still beautiful.
everyone just embrace it, okay?
Yeah.
I'm
I
embracing
decided not to put any makeup on.
And I put too much on.
Do you want to wipe off your Cupid's bow?
In a second.
Okay.
We can get through
I love
opening
it so
comments. What have you all been up to over the last couple weeks? Work.
Work.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to juggle my normal 9 to 5 and this 5 to 9. I close one laptop and I open the next, and
Yes.
Yep.
it's a balancing act. But I think with time, I'll figure out a good system.
I think so too. And the more we're developing it, I'm just finding more things to like about it too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like work yet for me anyways, because we kind of get to choose whatever we want. Like yesterday we were talking about holiday schedules and I just looked at everybody and was like, this is our company.
Yeah.
If we want to take the holidays off, we could take the holidays off. You okay over there, Corn?
Yeah, I just wanted my hood.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we get to make the
Nope,
calls.
that's for a late at night episode joke. Never mind.
No.
PG.
We get to call the shots.
Yeah.
So
So we're doing it.
No, you're thinking about it. You're welcome.
Oh my
We
Lord.
can edit this out.
So yeah.
Are you good?
I can't even say it.
You're killing me.
This is a mistake.
I think we have to pause because I can't take her seriously.
Oh,
Are you hot?
no. Actually, I'm very comfortable.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Great. I'm trying to think of what else has happened over the last 2 weeks. It felt like a blur.
I went to LA.
Oh, yeah.
To
We
meet up
went
with
to
you.
Macklemore. Jeez.
Like 2 days ago.
This whole week has felt so long.
Yeah, I
Halsey-
worked Monday and Tuesday, and then I flew out Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
And Wednesday night, we went to the Macklemore show in LA.
Yeah.
It was the last night of the tour.
It was fun.
It was a blast.
So fun.
It's a sold out show,
Yeah.
which that was cool.
At the Hollywood Palladium,
Yeah.
I've never been to that venue
which was
before.
a really cool little venue. It was the most intimate Macklemore show I've ever been to.
I mean, yeah, the last time we saw him was at the Dodge Theater, which isn't the Dodge anymore.
Yeah.
But it was packed, and we were on the floor, but all the way towards the
No, we
back.
had seats.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, it was. We were on the first
section
of seats.
God, it was a
Gotcha.
packed house.
But
I
this
was
one was all
Yeah.
ground.
Ground level.
I was surprised though in your video recap of it.
Yeah.
How small it was.
I know.
I was like, oh, like for a big name such as Macklemore, you would expect.
Yeah,
He said he wanted
intimate venues.
and like old school version of what they used to have, of just like a big crowd of people down
Yeah.
by the stage. And there was one guy that threw a punch right as the show was starting, and the crowd tried to
Literally in
get
the
his
first song.
attention. And they got his attention and told him what was happening, and he stopped the show and like had that person removed. And he's like,
Oh,
"I'm sorry,
really?
bud. Like you get
This
one
isn't
chance.
what
Like
this
this
is
is a
for."
place of love, and we're trying to have a good time and a safe time. So
Yeah.
if you're not gonna be that way, then you don't really have a place here." It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was like,
Yeah.
this is how we're setting the precedence of the rest of the night. And
Yeah.
because I already have so much crowd anxiety. It's only gotten worse since the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I don't love going to concerts anymore just because there's so many unexpected things that can happen, and crowd crush is a real thing.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like most people know how to handle crowd issues, so they just panic.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I kept an eye on where the exits were at all times.
Except for we were denied exit.
I know. Well, at the end of the show, they were
We kept trying to go
guide
out
people.
of an exit,
Yeah.
and they were only letting people go out of one specific exit.
Yeah,
They're like, we're
which
trying
is
to,
a crowd control
yeah, we're trying to keep this
measure.
unwrapped.
But it was fun. I felt very old, and but we
you?
were
Oh, there were so many children,
so many
like
children,
literal
Really?
children.
like
it was
older
a lot of
millennial
like
kids.
older millennials and their kids.
Yeah,
And so there was a lot of like 11-year-olds.
yeah,
Where I was like,
of 11-year-olds and 12, like preteens.
yeah, a lot of preteens. Surprising though, because like Macklemore is not clean.
No, but I was actually talking to a colleague of mine who took her kids to the Spokane one, and she was like, "Okay, you get one night, use all the cuss words, sing all the
Yeah.
songs, all the lyrics." Like, I think he's positive enough for parents, especially millennial parents,
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
just kind of said, "Okay, this is fine."
Yeah.
I just like could never imagine like our parents taking me to a show like that.
No, absolutely not.
Like
Same.
They would have been
We would have
flabbergasted. We would have left. It
Yeah.
would have been the Hunchback of Notre Dame all over again.
Oh no.
This is disgraceful. We're leaving the theater.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good time.
Any housekeeping things that we need to discuss? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Everything's going well. We just need people to comment and share.
Comment and share.
We are stuck in 200 view jail on TikTok, and it is depressing me. But then Kelly and I were talking about this last night, and like we just got started. We need to like calm down.
This
We
is
haven't
episode
hit
6.
and we've barely been posting for a month.
Yes. We need to calm
So-
down. It'll happen.
Yeah.
We're just putting so much effort into content, and I want all the peoples to see it.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
Eventually. But we're not always patient.
I was
I'm not always patient.
I'm not always
I was
patient.
gonna quote Taylor Swift, but
You can quote Taylor Swift. I'll just disassociate. Go ahead.
you need to calm down. You're being too loud. It's a song. I'm right.
I was like, she says that?
I was
Yep.
like, that doesn't sound like a quote. That just sounds like something people say.
No, it's from a song.
Oh, got you. Wait, you're not a Taylor Swift fan either?
No, we've had this conversation.
Well,
No.
we've talked about the beginnings. We both liked early Taylor Swift.
I did, yeah. But, and I'm going to out myself.
Uh-oh.
So Halsey sent a picture of Taylor and Beyonce and was like,
They're friends.
they're friends. I'm not a huge Beyonce fan
That's okay.
either. But I'm not an anyone fan, really.
Right.
I've never really found that artist that I'm like,
Obsessed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't understand the hype
I get
around
that.
anyone, really.
I
but
mostly just sent it because I was like, look, Virgo
validation.
Queen.
Yeah.
Validation.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm not a...
And then I turned around and sent her a TikTok of a black man going, this is a woman who just needed to show up so that she could get paid and make sure that people know that she knows how to play nice.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen them hanging out outside of a paid photo
event,
op,
or, yeah.
an event? No,
Yeah.
they're not hanging out.
Beyonce
But have you
has
ever
yet to
seen
come to
either
the-
of them outside of, like, you see paparazzi photos? Those are, you know.
Beyonce posts a lot about where she's going, who she's hanging out with, and like her day-to-day crowd.
Yeah. So
And
Taylor doesn't.
T Swifty is not in.
She used
those.
to, but she keeps
The
her
day-
private life very private now.
Yeah. The day you see Beyonce in the box with Taylor at the next football game,
Exactly. Then I will
Then
believe
we'll know.
you. I'll believe you then.
they're friends in real life.
Yeah. I think of the days of Taylor Swift when she was doing like her 4th of July stuff, and
Yeah.
it was like every white person you could possibly imagine who was
Yeah.
popular was at her 4th of July party. And I'm like, Beyonce would never be at that party. She's got plenty of other things to go do.
She's a busy lady.
She's a busy lady. I don't know why we got on that tangent.
Sorry.
Who knows?
That was my fault.
Because
No.
I quoted Taylor Swift.
Triggered. I'm just kidding. Okay, so today, true crime and TVT with K and B. Should we do that first? Are we ready to go?
I
Go
think so.
Okay.
Unless you want me to go first, only because mine's like really short today. Like it's
Oh, is
not
it?
as long as the other one was.
Okay.
It's time for True Crimes with Halsey.
Thank you, Corn.
I have no neck. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about...
I'm sorry.
We're going to be talking about Gary Young
Okay.
and Young Living essential oils,
Ooh, okay.
which
heard-
we've all been touched.
I love
We've all
essential
been.
oils.
I think I've gone to a Young Living
Party?
and been. Oh wait, no, it was DoTerra.
Yeah.
But I've heard of
But-
it and I've watched the documentary. a
Fun
little
fact about doTERRA.
bit. Yeah.
doTERRA started because some of the higher ups left Young Living and went and started doTERRA. So it's all the same.
It is all.
It's
I know it's all
all
the
linked.
same. Okay, tell us.
Okay, so what you need to know first is that Gary was a full con artist.
Cool.
He was never a doctor. In fact, he insisted on his name always being printed as D. Gary Young because his first name was like Donald or something. D. Gary Young, so that people would mistakenly read it as Dr. Gary Young.
Wow.
Yeah.
My gosh.
From 1979 to 1981, he attended the Donsbach Nutrition University, an unaccredited school in Huntington Beach, which was operated by Kurt Dunsbach, an unlicensed chiropractor.
Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah. Sick.
Wait.
It gets worse.
Hold on. You
Yeah.
can be an unlicensed chiropractor?
Evidently, in the 80s.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that
Right?
is absolutely
When
terrifying.
I get my neck cracked, I'm like, just
Please don't kill me.
Don't kill me.
yeah.
Please don't kill me.
In 1980, Young enrolled in a therapeutic massage program at the American Institute of Physiogenerology,
What?
which sounds fake.
Yeah.
However, according to the institute's founder, Young left after attending only a few classes, doing a third of the homework and owing an unpaid debt for tuition.
Wow.
In the early 80s, Young spent a quarter semester at Spokane Community College.
Woo!
A quarter of a semester.
So like a month, 4 weeks.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Like 3 weeks, really.
Yeah.
He claimed to have earned a doctorate degree in naturopathy in 1985 from Bernardine University, an unaccredited school described as a mail-order diploma mill.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yep. So he then, from then on, claimed to be a doctor. He had paid for a diploma.
The 80s were wild, man.
Oh, the 80s were wildin'.
You can just do whatever you wanted.
Literally.
I mean, was I talking to you about it, or you guys, where parents had to literally be reminded to hug their children?
Yeah, commercials. Did
Commercials
you know
would
that?
play that say,
No.
"Have you hugged your child today?"
Yeah.
How
Because
sad.
they were doing research projects that were seeing that like no family was having any kind of physical touch
Or like
and-
physical affection.
and physical affection, and kids need that
Yeah.
to some degree growing up.
That's why there's so many little sociopaths from the 80s.
Yeah, and they had to make commercials teaching parents and reminding parents that, hey, don't forget,
Also,
you gotta touch your kid today.
Hold a
It's 10
hug
o'clock.
for
Do you know where
7
your
seconds.
child is?
Oh yeah, that one too.
Also, an ad that had to be played
Really?
to remind parents to figure out where their kids were.
Just forgot about them.
Crazy.
Yep.
I can't imagine.
Me neither.
And we wonder why, like, Gen X is just a little messed up.
Yeah.
No, they're fine.
They're fine.
Okay.
So in 1982, Young opened a clinic in Spokane, Washington, which offered unlicensed medical services, including childbirth. In 1983, Young was the subject of a joint undercover investigation launched by the Spokane Police Department and the state of Washington. During the course of the investigation, Young offered to deliver a baby. And he claimed that he could detect cancer with a blood test and treat the disease.
Oh.
This is some Elizabeth Holmes.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say I'm getting.
He was Elizabeth Holmes before Elizabeth Holmes.
Yeah.
the prequel.
Yeah. Prequel.
He walked so she could run.
Right
Straight
into jail.
prison.
Yeah. Nice.
Classy. He was subsequently arrested and charged with practicing medicine without a license, to which he ultimately pled guilty to, but he was only fined $250 and given a 60-day suspended sentence and placed on probation for 1 year.
A white man?
A white man?
No.
He was also ordered to not engage in the practice of medicine in Washington and to not violate similar licensing laws in other states. So then he went to Mexico.
As you do.
In 1986, while promoting himself as a naturopathic doctor, Young was operating the Rosarito Beach Clinic in Tijuana, offering detoxification for cancer and lupus using treatments whose efficacy was questioned in an investigative report by the Los Angeles Times. To test for the clinic's diagnosis, a reporter submitted cat and chicken blood to the clinic employee who failed to determine that the samples were non-human.
Whoa.
And then diagnosed that the patient had aggressive forms of cancer and liver disease.
Oh.
This is very much like a pre-Elizabeth
And
Holmes.
they kept doing that. They sent multiple samples of chicken blood to see if the clinic would
figure it out.
Flag
figure
it,
it out.
yeah.
And they weren't. They were just claiming everybody had cancer so that they could get your
course.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Young also founded and operated the Young Life Wellness Center, a medical clinic in Chula Vista, California, which in 1988 was ordered by a court judge to shut down. And that year, a complaint was filed against Young and by the state of California, alleging unfair, deceptive, untrue, and misleading advertising and unlawful, unfair, and fraudulent business practices regarding Young's selling and manufacturing of unapproved medical devices and drugs.
Oh my god.
and advertising that he could cure cancer and other diseases.
The snake oil of the 90s.
Yeah.
So then in 2000, Young opened the Young Life Research Clinic located in Springville, Utah. So he goes back to Utah, which is where he was born because he was also LDS.
Oh, okay.
The clinic provided essential oils and alternative therapies to people suffering from a variety of ailments, including depression and cancer. In 2004, the Utah Attorney General charged a clinic employee with practicing medicine without a license or conducting diagnostic tests and prescribing products for patients at Young's clinic between 2000 and 2002. The clinic, so way too in like recent history.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's only a little over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's within our lifetime.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy crunchy times.
Yeah.
I lost my thing.
What baffles me is when, obviously, like, they're doing something, they get caught for it. They're like, that's fine. Kind of divert here.
Yeah, go the
and
other
then
direction.
go back to, or like, staying in the realm of things of like, I'm going to just move someplace else.
Right.
And,
and do so successful for multiple years, too.
Yeah.
That's all I'm learning right now is that they just can keep going and there's no stopping them.
Well, and so he was married 3 times, and I think it was with the first wife. And like trigger warning, child loss, infant loss, super not great. He forced her to have a water birth that he didn't know how to do. And there was an autopsy done on the baby who did die in the childbirth. And they found that like the baby was perfectly healthy. It died of asphyxiation because he like left it in the water.
My God.
And then when they left, like the investigators left, gave him plenty of time to then clear out his clinic in Spokane so that by the time they came back to finish the investigation, he had cleared out all the medical devices. And so they couldn't claim that he was running a clinic anymore because they gave him plenty of time to clear all of the evidence.
That was in Spokane?
Yeah.
That checks.
Yeah. That was the pre-Mexico times.
Cool.
Yeah, the clinic in Utah also employed a pediatrician whose medical license had previously been suspended by the state medical board following a manslaughter conviction in connection with the improper treatment and death of a cancer patient under his care.
Yeah.
Fun
Because
times.
you're not a doctor.
Yeah.
No. This is another person that he hired.
Who wasn't a doctor.
Who also was not a good doctor. This person at least actually had like
Schooling
from an accredited school, but they had their license suspended for manslaughter charges.
Oh my God.
So come work for us.
Come on down.
Come on down to
My
the Young
gosh.
Life Research
The
Clinic.
Budget Barn Hospital.
Oh, God.
Honestly, though.
In 2005, the clinic settled a lawsuit with a patient who claimed that they were given infusions of vitamin C that caused near-fatal kidney failure.
Oh.
Young then
Jeez.
closed the Utah clinic and opened a new one, the Nova Vita Medical Clinic in a city in Ecuador.
Okay.
So then it's like, okay, so he comes back from Mexico, goes to
Yeah.
Utah, gets like screws himself over. No, let's go to Ecuador. I didn't like, there's really not much from that Ecuador time period. So we kind of jump back in time a little bit to 1993. Young and his third wife,
my God.
Mary, found the Young Living Essential Oils Company in Riverton, Utah, later moving the company to Leahy, Utah. As of 2017, Young Living was reported to have become one of the largest vendors of essential oils in the United States with over 3 million customers, which are mostly just their own sales reps.
Buying their own product.
Yeah.
Buying their own product to keep rank
Yeah.
in their MLM.
That's crazy.
Young was forced to step down
Yeah.
as CEO in 2015.
Yeah.
Because more and more of the history of his clinics kept coming up.
Yeah.
And so all of like the president board of Young Living Essential Oils was like, you have to step down. This is it keeps getting worse.
Right.
Bad things keep coming up about you. You have to step down.
Right.
So they just put Mary in charge.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. All in the family.
Yep. The company has faced complaints and lawsuits, including safety violations, following an inspection into an employee death in 2000, reports to the FDA of adverse product reactions from 2013 to 2014 because their reps were ingesting oils.
Oh, yeah, they weren't like drinking them.
Well, I mean, they still do. Like, they still, and advertise that it helps with cancer treatments and COVID and all of the things.
But has no actual research backing to say that.
And also, you shouldn't be ingesting essential oils.
No.
That's bonkers. Especially because they also, and this comes up later too, is that they were lying about where their product was coming from. Like, they had this whole thing, a certification that they made up.
Wow. Of course.
About like the clarity of their oils.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They made
the
up
purity of it, right?
Yeah. They made up the tier. It didn't exist. It wasn't a thing. And in 2017 they got a federal misdemeanor charge after voluntarily disclosing illegal trafficking of certain oils in 2017 and a proposed class action lawsuit alleging that the company is an unlawful pyramid scheme in 2019.
Yeah.
My thing, that's kind of my done history of Young Living and just essential and like that company in general and Gary, like, you know, he's crazy, like he's dead now, but
spoiler alert.
I think he died in like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, he lived a life of constant movement to hide his scams. He created an empire for his descendants to then continue to scam people. Yeah. MLMs thrive off of the spread of misinformation, which he was real good at.
Clearly.
They seek out vulnerable populations, single mothers, undocumented citizens. There's actually a really great...
Kelly's.
What?
No, like
I'm a good target.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Like stay at home, like working from home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Kelly's not an immigrant. That's not what we're saying.
No.
I was like, you're not under what?
I'm just
She has something to tell us.
very
susceptible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you've gotten like how many hey hun messages have you gotten?
Recently?
Oh,
Yeah,
just
like this week?
Right.
I got one last week.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wondering if you're interested.
No. I finally stopped getting them once I started being more vocal on social media about being anti-MLM.
Yeah.
And like sharing content that was like, no, like I'm not for you and your business opportunity.
Yeah. No, I would not like to host a party.
No.
Man, you get suckered in though.
I know.
I have been totally suckered into a few of them. And it's so awkward
Because it's your friend.
It's your friend, but it's also the ones that I've been suckered into hosting. It wasn't the friend, it was their person, like their MLM boss, pressuring the situation and basically making it seem like I don't have an option. I went to one when I was in my 20s that was jewelry based, I think. And
paparazzi.
No.
Well, that was one of the jewelry ones.
So. Not this one. I don't remember what it was called, but it wasn't that. And I won something at the party. I opened up like the right package and it had the golden ticket. The golden ticket was a free piece of jewelry that I had to host the next party. That was my gift. And I was like, I literally at that time was living in one of my mom's friends' rooms before I moved to Washington. It was like in between my moves. And I don't have a home. I was like, oh, no, thank you. And she's like, oh, it's not an option. And I just looked at her and was like, it's an option now. Like, I'm not hosting. When did I walk into this party and sign a contract that I have to do whatever you tell me to do?
Yeah.
I'm not contractually obligated to host anything. Yeah. She hounded me for 6 straight months.
Yep.
Calling me, texting me, emailing me, putting my friend in a weird situation to also hound me. I'm like, because I attended
she's
a party.
Getting hounded by her upline.
Of course.
Because the whole thing is like, she doesn't make money unless your friend does.
Right.
Unless your friend gets you to sign up or get, you know what, it's because it's a pyramid scheme.
Right.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, they're like, we're not a pyramid scheme. We sell a product. And it's like, it's not about the shape.
Yeah.
It's not about the shape of the pyramid. It's about the fact that like you make more money recruiting than you do if I buy a product.
Totally.
It's so gross.
Just makes me
yeah. So there's a really great docuseries that Amazon Prime did, Lula Rich, and they really touch on maybe it was that one. It might have been a different one, but I'm pretty sure it's that one that they really touch on the abuse of undocumented citizens, especially in the U.S., that they are like taken advantage of because they don't have the documentation to get jobs.
Right.
And so they're like,
this is a way to get money.
This is a way to make money kind of under the table.
Yeah.
And build like a credit or whatever so that you can become documented.
Yeah.
And it's so shady and awful and manipulative and gross.
There's that side, and then the stay-at-home mom side of it makes me so sad too.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just like vulnerable families who need to make an extra buck, or like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I could be doing something else on top of it. Like you, first of all, the fact that you feel like you have to do that on top of your already full-time job with kids, because that is a full-time job. Like you are already in a financial position where like you think that it needs to be another thing that you have to do in your life.
Yeah.
And then you put on the social aspect of an MLM and having to ask friends and making your friends your sale of the week. Like it's just doesn't.
It's so funny you say that.
Community.
They systematically use language and communication control tactics that are common in cults.
Ugh.
They use these tactics to keep people in the fold.
Yeah.
How many women do you know from high school who have used the quote time freedom or quote be at home with your kids reasoning? It is all very ironic because I have seen and heard from ex-MLM members that they lost time with their families because of their MLM. They have to spend every waking moment on social media, on a Zoom call, texting their downline. It is a never-ending cycle.
Yeah. And you can do it all the time.
And that's the thing. It's like, it's time freedom. You can work from your phone anywhere. It's like, but that's not time freedom.
Right.
Time freedom is when I clock out of my 9 to 5 and I go home.
Yeah.
And I don't continue to do that work. Now, granted, I continue to do other work because podcasting. But I'm not doing that's not.
Yeah.
No,
Not the same.
It's not the same thing. There's a really great anti-MLM YouTuber who I love, Cece Suarez. Her tagline is "Stay spicy," which I relate to very much. And she just did a video talking about this one where the girl says in her own I think it was like an Instagram reel or something, where she's like, I started doing this because her husband, who is a conservative rapper, was facing backlash from things he would say, but she put it in a way of like he was facing discrimination or something.
Oh,
stop.
And so they were losing money, so that's why she started working for Monate, which is the shampoo one.
Monet.
It's Monate.
Monate.
Because it's Mother Nature.
Oh,
Monate.
dear God.
I've been asked to buy that shampoo.
Yes, of course,
before.
It makes your hair fall out. Don't do that.
Yeah, no.
They're literally in multiple lawsuits for hair loss.
All this makes me realize is that I'm not that crazy for wanting to start a podcast and a family company, because
you can
thousands,
be doing that.
millions of people choose that way of living their life and think that that is like a safe way to create money and create cash flow. And like, this isn't that much crazier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can make mistakes and not hurt people by making a podcast.
Yeah. Well, and they're also like, if you ever hear, specifically for the listener, hi, if you ever hear someone making an income claim, like if they ever say, oh, I'm making this much, or I was able to pay for this, they legally cannot do that. File a complaint, report their video, send the video to their company, because they legally cannot make income claims because of the Not the FDA, the something federal
FDIC.
business.
Oh.
Maybe the FDIC. Yeah.
Should we have Scully look that up?
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, they cannot make income claims. FCC. There it is, the FCC.
Scully is our Google.
Really
All
is.
the acronyms.
All the acronyms. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I highly recommend watching Cece. She's great. She's super spicy, but also
Informative.
Yeah.
Wild
times.
MLMs.
Yeah, no, I've gotten a million "Hey hun" messages.
Same.
Especially the Southwest. Arizona breeds a lot of them.
Yeah.
Isogenics. I was definitely pulled into isogenics. That's how I lost a lot of my weight the first time around when I was still living here.
Yeah.
And then I got pulled into, okay, now you need to use your success to turn around and make money for us. I'm like, no, that's not what I signed up for. I signed up to like change my own life, not others.
Yeah.
They can figure it out for themselves.
Yeah. Oh, also, so Herbalife is like awful, and it's also another MLM. If you ever see a smoothie shop that is like something nutrition, don't go there. That is a front for Herbalife. They legally have to have the word nutrition in their name. So if it's like Susie's Nutrition or whatever, that's an Herbalife front. And people have had kidney failure. People have died. People like it's because of drinking their smoothies.
I feel like we should do not next appetizer episode, but one after that of maybe explaining more about all the different kinds of MLMs.
Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like people stop at LuLaRoe or the makeup
Paparazzi,
ones.
Monet.
Yeah.
The more known ones.
But like Isogenics kind of poses themselves as this massive nutrition company, but they're for sure just a pyramid scheme. Like at the base of their company, that's exactly what they are. And there's so many more.
There's a new one that's come up a lot, which is a financial one.
Ooh.
And it's about like stocks and trading.
Oh, yikes.
And like crypto, and it's really gross. There's also one where they literally never talk about the product that they sell, but they sell these insanely expensive water filters.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
But the whole thing is like you have to sell this like lifestyle. But they like literally I've never seen one of these girls actually talk about the product.
Weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's almost like they're coached to not talk about it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Like you can talk about anything but.
What we actually do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people just want to be you.
Can we,
That's what they're selling.
Yeah.
Okay, our next appetizer is reality TV. What did I call it? TVT with K and B.
TVT with K and B.
Yeah.
How did Love is Blind end? Because I haven't watched the episode because Bailey wouldn't let me.
Well, yeah, because she needs to react to us, not to the episode.
Yeah.
Because we're way more entertaining. Trust.
Honestly.
This episode.
Not hard to do.
No, not at all. So this episode will be coming out Halloween time. Obviously, Love is Blind will be very much over. But honestly, everything outside of the actual show is technically more entertaining than the actual season this year.
Yeah.
So be ready to be entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? I said weddings and then crossed it out and put wedding because technically only one happened when 5 are supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And then I will only be referring to this person as Ishmael moving forward because that's his actual name, not Izzy. When that, so
What?
at Ishmael and Stacy's wedding on this awful water tower looking thing, they had these awful cutout letters spelling out their name and they were all crooked and it was the first clip of their wedding day and my jaw dropped and I go, Ishmael? His name's Ishmael? Like, how do you get Izzy out of Ishmael? I don't even know.
Well, when your name is Ishmael, maybe you go by Izzy.
Well, I'm calling him Ishmael from now on because he absolutely is one. So what we have to catch you up on are our notes on the weddings and the reunion. Let's just talk about Ishmael and Stacey and get into it.
Did they ever reveal what the secret is?
What?
What's
His debt?
credit score?
No, they never revealed his credit score.
No, but I saw people like on
Someone
TikTok.
said
They're like,
3.
"What is it?" Yeah. But like, what?
they're trying to validate her reaction because it was so off base. They're like, what? It has to be terrible for her to react like that.
Right.
And I'm
like
looking at her
150.
thinking, no, it's probably like 700, and that's just not good enough for Miss Stacy.
No, we need 780 or above.
Yes. So we were right in our assumptions that Miss Stacy would say no at the aisle.
Yeah.
He was shaking in his boots all day and so nervous, but I think he was nervous because he knew.
Yeah.
Did he say yes?
He said yes.
He said yes.
Which honestly, little shock.
I was too. But I think he just wanted to, he wanted to be married and he wanted to win her over. He wanted to be the guy that got chosen by her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he was hoping would last enough. But
however, so in the wedding, he said no. He said yes. She said no. But then they kissed.
yeah.
They
So are they
like,
still
I totally
together?
understand.
No. We'll get into that.
Okay.
But they had a pretty nice, kind
Yeah.
moment
Yeah.
in it. And then it was because some people are storming off.
Oh, totally.
They're like, are you kidding me?
No, they kissed at the altar, which was weird.
It was weird.
Also, can we talk about, let's back up a little bit. His letter. He wrote her a letter for her to open before the ceremony.
And the writing of the letter.
You thought that he was writing a sonnet.
And it was 3 sentences.
It
But
was
also
bad.
he's sitting in the groom's room, whatever, getting ready, writing this letter, and his groomsmen are around him,
Supporting him, holding his shoulders. You can do it, man. And it is the most pitiful little letter you've ever seen in your life.
Woof.
And he tried to rhyme.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
He also cried while writing it.
Oh.
And it wasn't necessary.
Not worth tears?
No.
Not worth tears. In the dressing room, I wrote down quotes that I wanted to remind myself that they said. In her dressing room while she was getting ready, she said, "If you wanted to be honest with me, you would have told me sooner." Snaps. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In terms of anything you need to tell your soon-to-be wife, but especially the thing that she has asked you about multiple times, which is finances. And I knew from that moment on that she was going to say no. And then I knew, especially when she was about to walk down the aisle and her dad goes, "You'll be fine."
Yeah.
She's like, I'm so nervous. And he goes, "You'll be fine." Because he knew, you're going to say no to this.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We'll get through this, and then we'll all move on.
Her makeup looks so good.
Her makeup did look so good.
Oh,
She finally
can we pull
got
up a picture.
We finally got it
She
professionally
put some
done.
blush.
Stacy wedding.
Wedding Love is Blind. Yeah, she had a professional do her makeup.
Oh, thank God.
Emojis.
Because she would be the type of girl to be like, no, I'm doing my own.
Yeah, no, she let the professionals handle that.
That is at the try-on.
Yeah.
I was like, no, she did that makeup.
Yeah. See, it's so toned down, cool tones.
Wow.
Yeah, she looked beautiful.
She
Good
did
job.
look beautiful.
The
Her dress was cute too.
last bits about their wedding, the Dr. Seuss wedding vows. When I'm down, you bring me up.
Yes.
BS like that.
You are more cliches.
You are. Oh,
Yes.
she said,
1,000%.
"You are my rock, the calm in a storm, in a hurricane." Who says that?
Yeah.
Well, no one. A
No
Nicholas
one.
Sparks novel.
Honestly. And she because he said his vows to begin with, or his proclamation of love. And then she repeated the beginning of it. She
did.
repeated a chunk of it. And I was like, how original. And
But
then
also,
she said no.
they give full vows and then say nope.
They can
You can
describe.
yeah.
Okay.
You kind. It's like The Bachelor. You kind of give a speech, and then your decision, and your speech should allude
Reflect.
to what your decision's probably
Not that
gonna
he's
be.
your rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She tried to do the whole, I just need more time. But the sigh of relief from Dad in the audience
Yes.
just said, no, this is now over
Yes.
and we are not coming back to this. And they didn't. I think they said at the reunion they went out.
Yeah, they waited for a week, I think, and then they talked, and then nothing really came of it.
No.
So all of that.
Woof.
Yes. So that was their wedding.
Yes.
Milton and Lydia, he described himself as feeling pretty gooch. He...
That's the most goddamn 24-year-old
Oh, absolutely.
response I've ever heard.
Also, within this episode, so a friend of ours came over to watch it. He loves reality TV. And Milton smiled at some point at the very beginning when he was getting into the house. And I didn't clock this at all in the rest of the season. But have you noticed that the man has baby teeth? He still has rounded teeth like a little baby.
No.
And I was like, how is this man getting married right now? And then he said the pretty gooch line. I was like, I'm done. I'm out of here.
But they get married.
I've seen all I need to see.
They did.
They got married.
They both said yes.
I was shocked
Shocked but pleased.
about Milton. I knew Lydia was going to say yes.
Yes.
But
I was pleasantly surprised by their wedding, by their vows, by how emotional that they both were.
yeah.
So he showed some maturity.
Finally, though, because in the groom suite leading up, he had in my little emotion.
Yeah.
And his dad at one point was talking to him and trying to have a conversation, and you could tell his dad had something he wanted to say, but just would not say it. And it's come on,
But then he brought the cufflinks. I thought that was really nice. You could see that his family was trying to participate.
Yeah.
And they were coming to...
Because they did sister control her face for the entire
She
ceremony.
actually had really sweet moments in the audience of oh, and she was being emotional about it.
Nice.
Also, Lydia said some really sweet things about Milton when she was being interviewed. She said, he is peace, he is protection. I found Milton, instead of being I found the guy, or I'm getting married. Her on wedding day, I felt like what she was saying about him really turned into about Milton. And
So he learned how to clean up his own socks.
Maybe. She also said, I was selecting people that didn't have room for me to just be me. That resonated, because I'm a loud personality too, and I have very bold opinions and needs, and I found someone that made room for me too.
Yeah.
The veil and the ass grab,
Yes.
amazing. He put on the veil after the ceremony, while they were goofing off just alone together outside, and he did
a catwalk.
Yes.
And
it was fabulous.
Can we pull up wedding pictures?
Milton and Lydia wedding pictures would be great.
I also wrote down the beginning of his speech.
Yeah. What did he say?
All the data points led me to the right decision.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even recognize that.
Cute. God, he's so tall.
He's so tall.
Oh,
But while he's wearing the veil, he kissed her and does this big old booty grab. It was amazing.
Yeah.
See, I like them.
She said, we're in the imperfect, perfectly relationship.
Yes.
I loved that.
Adorable.
And he's the man of my dreams and a little bit more. So sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And at the reunion, are they still together?
Yes. So let's talk about reunion.
They're still married.
They were the redemption of the season.
Yeah.
For me.
Yes. They had a second wedding for themselves
In Puerto
Rico.
For her family.
Yeah.
And she re-wore her dress, which I love.
Yeah.
So sweet. They looked great. And then his family has completely embraced her. They have their own relationships with Lydia. He feels a little left out.
Yeah. He's
So
honestly,
sweet.
she talks to my mom more than I do.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, facts, I talk to Kelly way more than I talk to Chance.
Yeah. Well,
I say?
they really were the only positive thing that came out of this season.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
It is very sweet. Now let's talk about the trash.
Man,
Okay,
to the-
Ishmael. Now that we know that they weren't together,
Sorry.
the groping of the leg the entire reunion was
Weird.
so out of place and gross.
Yeah.
She was wearing kind of this dress, high cut, and her legs were out. She looked fabulous.
Yeah.
And her makeup
Showing
was
a
done by
lot
a
of skin.
professional, showing a lot of skin. And he would
Rip
roundhouse
onto that thing.
grab her thigh multiple times. I could not tell if she was uncomfortable though, or she was into it.
I couldn't tell either.
Yeah.
Well, their whole thing has always been sex.
Sexual. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But and like the fact that they were even sitting together on a couch, like in past reunions, the couples, and granted, this one only had one couple that ended up together, but like the couples that said no are usually on opposite couches.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was surprised that they were sitting next to each other, but layout wise, they had no option. Like, be friends, you're sitting with each other.
Yeah, we have to scramble people. We only have 2 couples this season.
Yeah.
Stacey's nasty little laugh when Johnny came out. Did you clock that?
Yeah.
Gross.
Why did she laugh?
Just because Johnny was walking out.
And I think here she is, like.
And just like did this nasty little giggle.
Yeah.
While they sat down. Chris and Johnny, who got together after, are not together anymore, and they're both dating other people now.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, I don't know how you go into a relationship being the second choice.
Yeah.
And
that'd be hard to get over.
Yeah. Especially for a guy or a girl. I feel like it'd be hard either way.
Yeah. Because that would always be in the back of your mind.
Absolutely.
It wasn't your first pick.
Oh, the weird 5th degree that Vanessa was giving them about making out. Do you remember that?
I don't know if I paid attention to that. Yes.
About Johnny and Izzy making out. So Johnny and Izzy met at a bar in this, because everyone has been together for over a year at this point based on the filming timeline.
Yeah.
Johnny and Izzy saw each other at a bar and hung out and made out, and Vanessa Lachey would not drop it. She continued to ask about the making out, the hooking up.
Yeah,
was it a hookup? What's the definition?
mean?
What does it mean? I'm like, why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, because you have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I will say about Vanessa. So reunion 4, she was on another level.
I remember that trending. That everybody
People wanted
were
her-
like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, get her off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one wanted her to come back to be the host.
Which, how awkward, because you do it with your husband.
Yeah. Who, like, because then, okay, now is Nick gone too? Who do they?
I would gladly take that.
I really wanted them to be gone. And for Tiffany and Brett from last season, because they are like
the quintessential
the best couple, I
Yes.
think, in my opinion,
so
that have
too.
come out of Love is Blind.
And they're still together.
Yeah.
And Cameron and
Yes, Cameron
the
and
Speeds.
what is her name is. But so Vanessa, I felt like in this reunion was a little bit still herself, but like she did tone it down.
Yes,
Which I was like, okay, she heard the notes.
Also, it wasn't a live reunion. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
They were like, this is not live,
Yeah.
but you can watch it on Sunday.
They did a little teaser, like
It's 11/11.
11/11, Make-A-Wish. Lauren and Cameron.
Lauren and Cameron.
I could totally see them. They're very camera friendly
Yeah.
and media trained. And
Yeah.
they also have been growing their own following enough that I feel like they would make really great hosts. They're so professional.
Nick and Vanessa were probably contracted for...
Oh, so many
Yeah.
seasons. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think they're going away anytime soon.
Especially because they're probably starting casting for season 6 as they're wrapping season 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any hoozles. Interesting. Well, I'm very happy for Lydia and Milton.
Yeah, me too. Chris and Johnny. So the Chris and Johnny thing was weird because Chris ghosted her and just immediately got into a new relationship. That was really strange.
Like didn't tell her at all, and then she found out from somebody else.
From a friend, I think.
Weird.
Yeah.
So strange.
Especially because they all do actually live in Houston, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like
Not that big of a city.
yeah.
I also just felt like her and Stacey's conversation got nowhere in the reunion.
Yeah.
It was just batting at each other and Stacey wanting the last word every other sentence. It was annoying.
And then continuing to bully Johnny for no reason.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Taylor and JP.
Yeah.
Taylor looked phenomenal.
I wrote that down. She came out and she looked amazing.
Amazing. She went.
I don't know who they are.
So she's the one that
The
said,
makeup girl.
"Yeah."
Oh, the makeup one?
Yeah, she came out looking nice,
Done up.
done to the nines.
Yeah.
Um,
I saw a TikTok from the makeup artist that was like, when you get to do Taylor's makeup for the reunion, and They did like a video montage of it.
Cute.
I don't believe that he's actually dating anyone. I think he's lying.
JP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
Because he was Mr. Americana.
Yeah, he was wearing red, white, and blue socks, of course. But she is also dating someone.
Yeah.
Which is great. And they've all been dating
think-
a new person for almost a year.
Yeah. And I think everyone from the episode, or from the season, excuse me, now is in like a relationship with
New people.
somebody else.
Even Izzy.
His is they're just
Dating.
hanging out,
Yeah.
dating. They haven't defined
Because
it.
he's the true 24-year-old.
Milton ending up being the most responsible and mature person of this season was the biggest.
Yeah.
the biggest
Shock.
shock.
I think
of
something
all.
happened with Izzy and he's just stunted.
Yeah.
I think he's just boring.
I mean,
Truly, Ishmael just be boring.
yeah.
Would have been more exciting if he went by Ishmael.
I think so
yeah.
too. It gives him a
Entire
little
time.
extra spice. The only other dramas that came out of the reunion is that Uche did not attend. Shocking. But Aaliyah did. She looked great. She is also in a new relationship. They're no longer together. And
It wasn't all gooch with Ooch.
it was not. Hutch is here.
I forgot he knows how to do that.
The dogs
Pod
have
pups.
infiltrated.
Hello, pod
the
puppies.
pod room.
Yes. Hello.
You can sniff, but you cannot get up. No.
Yeah.
I thought that the producer rule that happened with the Aaliyah situation was very odd. That the producers wanted them to not tell the truth for a while to keep the experiment alive.
Yeah.
That was strange.
Yeah.
And then randomly backtrack and say, never mind, you can tell everyone now. What?
Yeah.
Just
Like, now it's time.
didn't feel very protective of her.
No.
Or the truth. I also loved Milton's statement about his wife. It was super mature and how he handled the whole Uche situation. Uche was very obsessed with their relationship, with Lydia and Milton's relationship, and gaslighting him. And I feel like Milton took the time to set his boundaries, both on the show and on the reunion. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He said, he gave me so much unwanted information about Lydia that didn't make the edit. I wish we could see that.
Yeah. Leading up to the barbecue.
Sorry, was the barbecue in Mexico?
No, it was
This-
at the apartment complex back in Houston.
Okay.
Yeah. And Uche came in before Milton and Lydia had come up with like a code to each other. So like if there was like a situation they didn't want to be part of, whatever, they could just like do something and then
Which couple goals?
know.
Good
Yeah.
for
I
them.
know.
So they like had an emoji that like they would just, so like in one of the scenes you show one of them shows the phone to the other person and it was their like, we need to leave this situation.
And it was
Yeah.
Milton showing her, which I loved.
Yeah.
Because it was
He was
his
like, you
protection
need to
mode.
not be part of this. Like I want, like we need to leave and
Yeah.
you don't, this isn't constructive.
Also, his texts to multiple castmates
Yes.
after filming,
Yes.
so strange.
Yeah.
He texted,
This is Uche?
yes. Uche texted Milton on his wedding day, right?
Yeah.
And was just like, hey, heard you're getting married. Would love to talk to you about that. Something strange.
Yeah.
On his wedding day.
And
So
Milton was
odd.
like, I didn't respond,
No.
I think. And he was like, we don't have a relationship. So like,
Yeah, no.
why are you reaching out to me?
But also, like, what could you possibly have to say?
I think he just wants to be, he
A part
felt,
of things.
yeah,
Part of it.
he wanted to be a part of it because he didn't get to stay on the show because you didn't stay with a person.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Then why not show up to the reunion if you want to be a part of everything so
Oh,
badly?
well, here's the,
He would have,
he would have been nailed to the wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the hard part about Love is Blind in the way that they filmed seasons. They're so long ago now that people have this time to watch social react to the person that you were a year ago.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think, are looking at that and saying, I don't even want to deal with this. Like, my life has obviously moved on.
Yeah.
I've moved on. I don't need to drudge all this back up and make it that much more dramatic and
So
painful.
do they do the reunion after the season is aired?
Yes. I know. It makes it hard.
Uncomfortable.
It makes it so
Yeah.
uncomfortable. That's why everyone else is in other relationships. It's also why the reunions for Love is Blind are not that spicy.
Yeah.
Because things have taken it. There's too much time in between filming.
It's fizzled
and
at this point.
You can tell that they just don't care anymore because they've obviously moved past this a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, because like with The Circle, like they do it right
away.
Right away. Yeah.
And with
well, and like
Love
The
Island.
Bachelor. Oh yeah.
Love Island.
Love Island, they do it right away.
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor, because they have like Women Tell All.
Yes.
And then the finale is at like you're watching the finale live, and then it rolls into the reunion with everyone there. So it's like we all just watched this together, and now all those emotions are brought up. I'm heated. So
Yeah, and even if you were part of the first couple girls that didn't get a rose, it's only like a 2-month wait until the reunion because the filming happened so quickly. I wish Netflix would change that about their filming schedule so that at least the reunions will be a little bit more interesting to watch because you could just tell they're just so bored. Like half of them don't even really want to be there. The rest feel obligated to be. The only ones who are ever excited to be on a reunion are the ones that stayed married.
yeah, they're like, look at us.
Look how cute we are.
We're so happy
It's
still
been a
here.
year. It's been like
Other than that, it just makes for really awkward TV.
yeah.
I do have some extra tea. So I have a friend of mine who I've labeled my own reality TV spy who spends way too much time on Reddit, but I love them for doing so.
Thank you.
They've pulled a couple of sweet little treats for us about both Love is Blind and a couple of Bravo updates. So last time we talked about Love is Blind, we kind of talked about the fact that there are multiple couples that either are not shown at all on this season or ones that were shown but didn't get a lot of airtime. And then we found out that they actually made it through the whole show and we just didn't get to see any of it. Yeah. There are reasons why. So the couple that we have not seen at all, you may have heard on TikTok, is in a sexual harassment assault situation, like court
With
situation with each other and the show based on what the dude in the relationship did to the girl when they got to Mexico. Yes. So this is what my secret spy has told me. Tran Dang and Taylor Smith, she thinks, were the other couple that you have never seen. Like you didn't even see them in the pods. They were cut out of everything, which is why the show feels so short because they had to start cutting footage from day one. Apparently he was groping her and exposing himself to her in Mexico, and producers were encouraging her to be open to being sexually intimate since they were engaged.
No.
They completely cut them from everything in the show. They aren't even on the cast list. Typically, there are 30 participants, and there are 15 women in some of the opening shots of walking around into the pod hangout room area. But they only announced that 28 people were part of the cast this year. So they cut them out from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then the Renee and Carter stuff that they were shown multiple times in the show, but their relationship wasn't talked about. Evidently, that was due to him because he made several racist remarks and brought another woman home to their shared apartment during filming.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. I guess he was at the tux fitting. But he wasn't shown. You saw the back of his head at one point, but he wasn't shown at all because of the remarks that he was making on camera.
Interesting. Because I noticed that I saw her in things, which in that how they edited it, like when Lydia's like introducing her family, they say Renee's name and like make it sound like she's part of
her
Lydia's
friend group.
Yeah, but I had seen a TikTok about like calling that out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to look for him in the tux part because I was like, I didn't see him ever.
Yeah.
So,
she caught him like just one shot of the back of his head. And the only reason she could tell that it's him is because he's the only like truly bald one.
Yeah.
Bald and
That's
bearded.
Crazy.
I have one other. I mentioned that Renee was the one who had the other relationship. That's still part of the rumor, but none of it has been fully.
Because she's the one she had like not broken up with someone, went on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got married and then divorced with no explanation, right?
Yeah.
Correct. But other things have come out about the Carter situation. Evidently, okay, this is crazy. This is off of Reddit. So the user says, where did you get that he threatened producers? Because evidently there's this rumor that he's threatened producers from showcasing his behavior on the show by threatening to kill himself if they ever air it. And it said, this person said, the rumor that I have heard are that he is a straight neo-Nazi and that they did not do their due diligence, the producers. They only clocked what type of person he was when somebody in their staff watched the footage and realized that he was wearing a pin and badge of a 3% racist militia pin. That the decision was...
Sorry, for audio only listeners, my face is...
shocked.
Aghast.
Same.
So the decision from then on was that they had to involve PR and legal for their perspectives in keeping him in. So there's one rumor that says he threatened producers with his life if anything aired. The other was legal and PR teams were terrified with putting this person on camera after they found the pin.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is nuts.
The Reddit users have said that they think that the racist storyline is probably one that rings the most true because Renee was shown on the show the whole season and he wasn't really. There were very few moments where he was absolutely needed to be in a scene because he lent to the conversation, but it was never about him. It was always about like his perspective. Yeah. But also kind of funny that his perspective was always like in support of the white men on the season and no one else.
Mm-hmm.
What a concept.
What a concept. Okay, and then my last TBT currently...
Is this about Love is Blind still?
This is not about Love is Blind. This is about Vanderpump. So currently Mr. Sandoval is on a TV show called Special Forces.
Yeah.
Because he thought he needed to punish himself instead of just going to therapy.
It's a wild show. I haven't watched it. I've just seen a trailer.
She said, my secret agent said, after Scummy, that's her nickname for him, laments the fact that he was deemed the villain after the affair and complains about how everyone took Ariana's side and she and Katie sold $200,000 in merch in 2 weeks. The response from the actual Special Force soldier who were doing the training was, trying to play the victim makes it look pathetic. You are not a victim. You created this. And then I guess his face just basically was like, what the fuck? I am the victim. Yeah. Like, I am the victim.
I cheated on my girlfriend of like a decade. I'm the victim.
Yeah.
And then I asked her if it was true that he said verbatim, I'm here to punish myself. And she confirmed that, yes, he does say that.
Oh, no.
He's not really learning a whole lot on that show. But unfortunately, he keeps doing really well, I guess. Like, completing...
Really?
The challenges and doing well in them. Damn.
It's because he has his home gym. He works out.
It's the mustache. It gives him power.
It does. Really scummy powers.
That should be part of the challenge, is to shave the mustache off.
And see if it's a Samson situation.
All of his strength.
So yeah, that is the Vanderpump tea, the Love is Blind tea, and then I want Kelli to give us a where she's at in the world of Southern Charm update, please.
I was pre-warned that Kelli was going to tell me the astronomical amount of...
So last we spoke, I was midway through season 1.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2 weeks ago.
How many seasons are there?
There are 9. They're on season 9.
Okay.
I am starting season 5.
Oh, Kelli, it's been 2 weeks.
We told you we have a lot of time on our hands.
It's fine. I watch a gross amount of YouTube and Dungeons and Dragons content. So
we all have our thing. So what is happening in the world of Southern Charm now? You've met Catherine.
So yeah, Catherine's been there since day 1, but she has had babies,
multiple,
plural, with Thomas, who Catherine is 23-ish. Thomas is 50-something-ish.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they've had multiple children now at this point. And And where we've left off, she failed a drug test and had to do rehab and got the kids taken away. So
oh my God.
Thomas,
They live in Southern California. No, they don't. They live in South Carolina, which has a very strict drug
one
rules,
and done.
especially for people with children.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
So
very
she got
sad.
the kids taken away, but went to rehab and is back now from that. And I feel like where she's at, like she's matured. So I feel like has always had a little bit more maturity than a lot of the people on the show. But she, I think, is handling herself. Like she's like, I know I messed up. I'm here to make amends with people.
Yeah.
And like get on the straight and narrow a little bit of life and trying to get her kids back and doing what she can to. So Catherine and Thomas. And then there was drama with another girl named Landon who Catherine hated Landon because of like
Who knows?
History.
rumors that she had heard, whatever. And Landon and Thomas were kind of trying to decide if they should be in a relationship. And I think where I left off, they've decided not to.
Yeah.
Because at the end of season 4, they go to Key West for Cameron's, her 35th, 33rd
Something
birthday.
like that.
And Landon and Catherine kind of work through their past grievances with each other and decide to be somewhat friends.
Cordial.
Yeah.
That goes away pretty quick.
Does it?
And also Landon is here for a short time, not a long time. Thank God. She drives me crazy. She was actually on, this is a fun fact, The Hills.
Really?
She was one of the Vogue interns when Lauren Conrad was there.
Oh. See, well, that is one of the only reality shows that I have seen every episode of.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. So was Emily Weiss, who's the CEO or old CEO of Glossier. She was part of The Hills. But yeah, she's in like the background of a couple of episodes and is part of a couple conversations, but she doesn't have a really big part. But it cracked me up because when Landon comes onto the scene in Southern Charm, she's so like, oh, I, did some stuff in LA. What she did was like be fully married and have like an entire career. And then she said, no, I don't want any of that. And broke everything off, got a divorce.
Oh my God.
And then moved home to South Carolina.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of hers.
Yeah.
Has she started making her website yet in the season that you're on? Oh yeah. That's a good time.
And now she has to change the name of her. She was trying to do like kind of a travel blog type thing. So like name like hot spots to go to in the towns and
that
places
she travels
to stay. Yeah. And so she got copyright infringement.
Yeah.
For the name because she's like, I didn't know to look and see
To do a single Google search to see if the name is already taken.
To give her a little bit of credit, this was what,
15,
14, 13, something like that. No, because you're on season 5.
Can we Google season 4? Season 4, when did it come out of Southern Charm?
2017. Okay. Yeah.
You should have known. You should have known. You
Yeah.
shouldn't done no. But I mean, she's never really had a real job.
Yeah.
So
True.
So yeah, that, and then Cameron, as I mentioned before, she is kind of now coming around to having a baby. So she's been like super anti-kid for a long time, but her husband really wants them, and she has gone to therapy about it, and now is like, I think that like I might be ready.
yeah.
So she's working through that.
But also, how do you not have that conversation before you marry a person?
It's very much a Southern marriage where I think he thought her mind would be changed eventually, and it did.
Yeah.
She did. I really loved watching her unpack it though, because she did therapy. She went to like mothers that she trusted and asked their real opinions, and she's doing her research. You can tell she's trying to make sure has all the information before she starts in on this new phase. But I think she was inevitably always going to have a kid.
Yeah.
She just had to give herself some time.
She had to work through it. And she's like, I really like my life the way it is, so I don't want it to change. Yeah. So she's had to work through that. other Shep is just being Shep, and he's
always will
a
be
little party boy that can't grow up. And
Little Peter Pan.
Yes. And Craig, my favorite.
Craig.
Are him and Naomi still together?
They're on the verge of breaking up. I think they've just like officially broken up.
Wait, are you at the Are you at the beginning of Pillows?
Don't know what that means.
I don't know. So maybe they're still together.
You are. They're still together. That means this season is the first Pillow season.
Okay.
You'll know.
What's Pillows?
To be determined. Yeah, they end of season 4, they are going to therapy.
To cover a bump?
No.
Oh.
No. Making pillows.
Oh.
Well, he has a sewing machine.
Yeah. Okay. You're at the very beginning of Pillows.
He got a sewing machine. He really likes to embroider things.
And he gets so much crap for it. The guys make so much fun of him for like a whole 2 seasons. And then something changes and they are all eating crow. It is so good.
Oh, because he's going to start making money.
Just hold on tight.
Sure.
It's so good.
So they're, I think, on the verge of breaking up, though, because they've just been fighting a lot. He lied for a while about finishing law school to everyone. And then when he finally did, he told her and she was like,
she got the ick.
Yeah, she wasn't supportive.
No.
Wasn't like
Because he wants to finish law school?
He waffles about it a lot. I don't think he really does. I just don't think his personality would make for a good lawyer, but everyone around him wants him to just finish and get it done. But I think Naomi just had a picture in her head of who Craig was and was going to be, and she signed up for that Craig, and then he evolves very differently, and she's not really for the evolution. Yeah. Which, granted, it makes sense. Naomi is a very business savvy person. She has an incredible background. Her parents are very successful. In season 5, her dad is still alive, I think, and she's helping them help make their business that much more successful. Yeah. Like, she has a lot going for her, and you can tell she just wants her partner to be on that same level. Yeah. And Craig is like very much finding himself and realizing that law school was not the thing that he wants to find. He wants to go do something else. And that relationship is just hard to watch because they're both at the beginning stages of their own journeys, and they're realizing that those journeys will not be together. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because I do think for a while they made like such a great couple, but you could tell it was your 20-somethings relationship. Yeah. You know, it wasn't a forever relationship. Yeah. It was one that you needed to grow up in and make a lot of mistakes and kind of hurt each other, but you learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
Yeah. So the only other 2 like newish characters that I don't know if they'll be around. Well, Austin, I think he stays around for a while, which I don't love, but I've seen him from Summer House and Chelsea. Chelsea is the hairdresser, and Cameron really wants Chelsea and Shep to be together, but Shep kind of messes it up, and Austin steps in, and then Shep tries to step back in, and it's messy.
Yeah. Yeah. Austin is on it from here on out, and it is...
I don't know if I love him. I don't.
Oh, you're not going to love him.
Well,
I call Austin the most hated man on Bravo.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
He is
more than Sandoval?
Honestly, they're neck and neck.
Okay.
He's like a slime ball little playboy. He thinks that he is everything, like God's gift to women. And
season 1 Chuck Bass. Got it.
Yeah, kind of worse. He gets worse and worse. It's bad. And he gets away with everything, which is why I'm excited for you to get caught up, because I feel like they just came out with a stat that said both this season of Southern Charm and what's the other and this season of Housewives of Salt Lake are the most watched Bravo seasons for those 2 shows. Like, this is the most views these seasons have gotten for either of those shows.
I just saw a clip of Salt Lake
Housewives
on TikTok.
Yeah.
That was honestly like a little upsetting. Only because it was the one, I don't know any of them, but she's a brunette. And she's talking to her mom, and her mom is like, upset that she's not raising her kids
In the Mormon church.
not so much in the church, but like with Jesus.
Yeah, in the Mormon church.
And the girl's like, you literally apologized to me
Yeah.
for raising me in the church.
Yeah. That's their new housewife.
Yeah.
What is her name? Give me a second.
And then the mom was like, I don't remember ever saying that. And I was like, no.
Well, give me 2 more weeks. Next time
Right?
we record, I'll probably be caught up.
Fully caught up.
Which this will be the fastest I've gone through.
I know. I'm very impressed. What is her name?
And a little scared.
I've had I'll put it on and I'll just I'm working on graphics that I'm drawing for stuff or editing stuff.
That is the new housewife on Salt Lake. Her name is Monica Garcia. Her mom moved them around a lot growing up, and then they ended up in Salt Lake. And then she was one of those moms that kind of got into whatever was around her and popular.
Could have been an MLM.
Could have been an MLM.
Was the Mormon church.
In its own right, an MLM. And raised her daughter, forced her to become a Mormon, in her preteens, and then raised that way. So she was never emotionally attached to being a Mormon, but then she married a Mormon man, and then she had an affair with his brother.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then got to divorce. But she had 4 kids with her husband, and now she's out of the church. Having to live on very little money from her husband, and she is the most relatable housewife now because she just lives in a very normal house, has very normal clothes and cars, and has her own business, and is just trying to make it work. And it's interesting watching her.
Is she with the brother now or no?
No.
See, that's almost worse to me.
So
you have a full affair and then you're not even with that person.
She got ousted from the church. The brother got a slap on his wrist, and he's still part of the church and still in his marriage. And I think her ex-husband is now dating another Mormon person.
Of course.
And then, she's been completely cut out of everything. So that conversation that you saw with her mom is trying to shame her about the fact that she's not really raising the girls to be in the Mormon church and be part of it.
The upsetting part for me was the mom then turning around going,
I don't remember that. Yeah.
That's not how it happened in my head.
Her relationship with her mom is talked about in the show a few times just to get to know her. And her mom basically just doesn't want to work, doesn't want to do anything. She goes away for a Palm Springs trip with the housewives, Monica does. And she asks her mom just to watch the girls for the weekend. And her mom was like, I think I'm going to be busy. And her mom doesn't work. Her mom doesn't do anything, but she doesn't want to take care of her own grandchildren. I think there's a lot of, there's a shame piece of being associated with her daughter right now.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's not being a part of the church.
Yeah.
But then the mom isn't really part of the church either. It's just how it looks to the public.
Utah.
Yeah, it's Utah. It is for sure Utah culture. Yep. But what were we talking about before that? Austin.
Austin, yeah.
So
he's going to be
so awful. He's
on
there
it,
forever.
And from what I've seen of him on Summer House, he's just scummy.
He is. But he thinks, he's God's gift to women. I cannot stand that man. Okay, well, that was TVT.
Yeah, TV, lots of it.
Lots of it. Sorry. Not sorry.
I'm getting my education.
Yeah.
Both ways.
And I keep sliding more deeper into the sketch.
Which means we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for coming to the appetizers episode.
Thank you.
And next episode for entree, we're going to be talking about careers, dreams, what our careers have looked like in the past, what they look like now, and just job talk.
Am I a soccer coach? I don't know.
Am I a
you're really
farmer?
You're really wearing that uniform well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's selling.
If the podcast doesn't work out, maybe I'll go to coaching.
Or you could do kids' birthday parties.
Kids' birthday parties.
I feel like you'd make a great princess for a kid's birthday party.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
You have the skin.
You do have the skin.
Thanks.
And the hair.
Porcelain.
Oh.
Snow White, here we come.
Can't wait.
Happies and crappies to wrap things up. What?
I'm going to be a farmer.
You're going to be a farmer? That's your happy?
No, that's my job.
I love it.
Fantastic.
quick little round of happies and crappies?
Sure.
There's a fly in my face.
Eh.
Crappy. I'll go first. Crappy.
You burned your finger.
I burned the crap out of my finger. I just haven't seen James very much,
Yeah.
and I don't like it.
Your
Yeah.
husband.
My husband.
It's hard.
It is, and it's really weird having him be the like worker bee now, because I'm so used to him going to just like one place and then coming home after that, being at that place. But now he's traveling a lot in the car, and I'm traveling a lot, and we're just distanced from each other. Yeah. And yeah, it just makes hard conversations even that much harder to have, but we're doing okay. I'm excited to not travel next week though.
Yeah.
I'm pumped about it.
Yeah. Home.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here. I told Kelli last night, this does start to feel like a second home, and I just feel relaxed when I get here. It's just the drive that I can't stand.
Yeah.
She was cranky with me on the drive.
I needed alone time. That's honestly my crappy.
And I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily Halsey. It was that like anyone in that seat
was the enemy.
was the enemy.
Yeah.
We had alone time together in the car. I put my AirPods in.
Yeah.
She put her book on.
But like if I could choose the thing to do during alone time, it would not be, braiding sweetgrass, which is about Indian culture while driving 400 miles in a car. That's not what I want to do for my alone time.
No. There are better things.
We tried to listen to music, but we were in the area where all you get is the SOS thing.
That's why you need Spotify Premium.
I have
And
Spotify
She has
Premium.
Spotify Premium, but she doesn't download
I
anything.
keep forgetting to download
you
stuff
need to download
because I'm
some
very
stuff.
rarely like without service.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's my happies and crappies. Kelli?
Me next.
Yep.
My crappy.
What's your crappy?
This week felt long. Work wise, I had a lot of things going on, and I was somewhat frustrated because a presentation I had to give got bumped.
No.
And then, so I was like ready to go, and then had to like
that.
put it on pause. I have since given the presentation, but I just had to wait. So part of my crappy is just I'm figuring out how to balance, like I said before, my paying job and podcast job.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. So I'm kind of stressed with everything. But I think
we're figuring it out.
we're figuring it out. And once I get kind of a routine of this new life, it'll get better. So I'm optimistic.
Me too. I also think that when the numbers start to reflect how much work we're putting into it, we'll feel that much more excited to keep putting work into it. Right now, it's like, we love the 73 people that are there. Thank you, the Lord, for you. But it's just been hard because we're learning so much. We're getting better every single time we make something. And then we put it out and we're just like, cool.
Yeah.
13 people liked.
Yeah. Which we're appreciative for those 13
every single
likes.
13 likes.
We would like more.
But like more attention.
Yeah. So I thought to myself, I was like, do I dare like time how much time I'm putting into this? I don't think I want to know yet.
I was thinking a very similar thing this last week, and I don't think I want to either.
Down the line, I'll
structure
it a little more.
When it becomes more concrete and fulfilling and successful, we can backtrack and figure that out. Yeah.
So crappy. That's my crappy. My happy. Similarly, I'm glad we're here and doing this. My happy is my Ted Lasso costume, and my mustache made me so happy. I saw it in the store. I was just like walking past the aisle, and I was like, backtrack. I was like, there it is.
Got it.
And didn't put a second thought into it. I love that.
Good.
And I'm excited for projects we're working on too.
Me too.
They're going to be fun. So stay tuned.
Yes.
Fun times.
Yeah.
My quappy. I've just been having like a congestion thing. I feel like I always have a congestion thing though.
Yeah, it's because you live in Arizona
year round
with smog.
Yeah, a lot of sinus things. So that's not been super fun. I don't know. Life's life, and
Yeah. So what's your happy?
I really need. Oh, sorry, no. I really need my health insurance to kick in with this job.
Yeah.
I think you need to be able to get back to my therapist, and
You're just surviving right now.
Yeah, I'm at a plateau, and like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have like 20 something more days until I hit my 90 days. So
Perfect.
Almost there.
almost there.
I think October was just going to be a trudge month anyways.
Yeah.
I think November is going to be good for all of us.
Yeah. Happies. The Macklemore show was super fun. LA weather was beautiful.
It was.
It was nice to be. It was like 70 and just really
we
nice.
sat out on.
Literally we sat out on a patio for like basically at the hotel restaurant for the entire time we were there.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because we went there for a late lunch, early dinner, and then we did breakfast or brunch the next day. And it was just it was a French restaurant.
Yeah.
The waiter was a delight.
Little Frenchman. Yeah. Not little. He was pretty tall.
He was very tall. He actually looked like Craig Conover a little bit. He looked like French Craig Conover.
Oh.
Oui, oui.
Bonjour.
Pilos. That will make more sense later. I can't wait. But yeah, LA was delightful.
Yeah, LA was fun. Bay and I had fun at the show.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to be corn.
Yes. I'm allergic to you. Stand away from me.
Yeah. I love that you wore Kelly's.
Wait, I just realized I dressed as two issues for both of you. A masked costume for you. You don't like a mask. You don't like a face covered. No, Tigger ruined her life. Tigger groped our mom at Disneyland.
Yeah. And I didn't like it. It was weird. And we got like free stuff and like some passes, I think.
Anyways,
thanks for attending.
Corn, and you're allergic to it.
Yeah, so that's okay.
Thanks for attending our Halloween episode.
Yes.
I'm your host, Martha May Whovier, otherwise known as Bailey, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you to my co-hosts.
Yes, Theodora Lasso.
Yes, and
Kelly.
Corn.
Halsey. We hope you have a very safe and happy Halloween, and we will see you on the next one. Love you. Bye.
I hope you're
guys.
all ears.
Oh, no. No.
Oh no.
Papa like.
Oh, God.